What's going on, YouTube? Matt from GarageMC here. Today, guys, we got to get this Raptor, well, this over the next few days. I got to get this Raptor 660R. It's a 2003 limited edition. I gave you a little sneak peek of it when we were doing the garage, which, yeah, kind of had work the past few days, guys. Had to get a job going. Almost done with it, though, but, you know, now have today and tomorrow to myself, possibly Wednesday, and the rest of the parts that I ordered for the 660 should be here by tomorrow. And then I also ordered a manual just in case we end up needing to get into stuff a little bit further. But let's take a look at the quad real quick, and then we're going to do the usual. We are going to clean it and get it ready to put it on the lift in the garage and go from there. So stay tuned. Alright guys, so before we get cleaning, actually as a matter of fact, I got a couple shout outs I'm going to do towards the end of the video, so make sure you guys stay tuned for that. But let's get a quick look at this thing before I clean it. See where we're starting off at. I have done absolutely nothing to this quad other than push it in the garage, haven't heard it run. Previous owner said it was sitting in a garage 3 to 5 years. So we'll go ahead and do that with the rule of thumb, like females, you times that by, you know, a couple extra. So I'm just going to say 5. It's probably more or less what it is. You know, when somebody's trying to sell you something, they're going to give you the best case scenario story. So, you know, it's probably 3 to 5 years. So, oil in it is probably just toast from sitting around. The gas is definitely bad. I could smell it in the garage. But yeah, all right, let's get into this. All right, so like I said, guys, it's 2003 limited edition Raptor 660R. Don't forget the R, you know, it's very important. Limited edition means the stickers, and it's got black plastics. And this little faux carbon fiber grill here, or rad shroud. Everything appears to be stock on the quad, guys. We got lucky and got another one with spray painted front shocks. It's got GYTR A-arm skid plates. It's got this aftermarket bumper. This headlight needs to be bracketed or bolted back down. We are missing the reverse knob, but one of my subscribers sent me an email and actually has one that he's going to send to me, so that's cool. I have like the best subscribers, guys. You guys are always with me through all this shit, and I appreciate it. Back to the quad. So we got one silver wheel, one rear black wheel, another rear black wheel, and the other one front is black. So we got a mismatched wheel. All the tires are, I'm not going to say they're new. I'm going to say they're lightly used, because these were probably put on who knows how many years ago. There's not even like a brand, EOS. Never even heard of that shit. It's like these Chinese tires. They just, whatever they're feeling for that day is the name of the tire. We got some IMS Pro Series foot pegs. That's pretty cool. These look like Alba half nerfs without the heel guard. The netting on this one is still intact. The other side is ripped apart, probably from somebody making them like friggin' guitar strings on here. We got a full under skid plate, probably a GYTR as well. We have an aftermarket rear swing arm skid plate. GYTR heel guard or frame guards. This one's got a little crack in it. Don't have a TIG welder yet, but we'll, you know, it'll be fine the way it is. It also looks like it has an aftermarket axle. Not sure of the brand. The exhaust is still stock. I believe it has a K&N air filter in it that we're gonna have to clean. Okay, so other things having to do with this quad. We're missing the grab bar. I ordered one, it's already here. The quad has no battery in it. Well, it had a battery in it, but it won't even take a charge. It wouldn't get above 5%. This chain, I got to take it off, guys, because it's like derailing and coming off. Even just, you know, pushing it around to move it. The skid plate down there is bent into it. I don't know if the sprocket's bent. I hope it's not. I mean, if it is, I think I have some extra Yamaha sprockets in the back. I got some Banshee parts, and I know there's a sprocket on the 2 rear ends I have that are 6-bolt style like that. We got eBay caliper on the rear, and I think eBay calipers in the front too. This heavy ass quad with a single piston front brake caliper is just I mean, come on, Yamaha, what are you doing? What are you doing? This is why I don't like Yamahas, guys. They're just shit boxes. Let's see. Oh, it's got my favorite thing in the world. It's got Chinese carburetors, guys. They look fairly new. Maybe he bought them to get rid of the quad. Yeah, that shit's got to go in the trash, guys. I have other Raptor 660 carbs. I think I have 2 sets. So I am going to, in this video, show you guys a little package that I'm going to put together that I am mailing to my buddy Curtis over at 223cycles.net. I'm going to have him rebuild me a set of these Raptor carbs. I'm going to have it just set up with a K&N air filter, and I'm going to take the baffle out of the exhaust. What else? There's a couple other carburetors I got to send him too. A couple gifts for him that he asked me about before, and one that I'm going to have built for the 465EX. I got to get that sent out so we can get that back and start getting that underway here. But let me set you guys up on the tripod. We'll start soaking this thing, get it washed, and then we'll bring it in here and start digging into it. Stay tuned. All right, guys, let's get to pre-soaking this hunk of shit. Yummy. All right, guys, I'm gonna soak this thing down with degreaser. Guys, I stand by this shit. Not sponsored. I should be, because it's pretty much all I use. I buy this shit by the case. Dollar store, $1.25 store, whatever the hell you want to call it now. LA is totally awesome degreaser. It does not etch aluminum. It's not like harmful to anything. You can use it on plastics. All that stuff works pretty good. Looks like we blew a sticker off. Great. Sweet. We're already losing stuff. It's for a win though. You know, I don't like Yamahas, so whatever. Anyway, yeah, bro. Let me soak all this shit down, guys, and then we'll pick back up after it eats a little bit. She's been soaking for about a couple minutes now. Probably do this more than once, but let's rinse it off, see where we're at. And the power washer I have hooked up to hot water at my house. You want to know how to do that? Call somebody like me, a plumber. It's very simple. Let's get it. Nope, not clean enough yet. Might get lucky, guys. Might be able to blow most of this paint off of these springs, which on the front shocks. Probably not going to use them though. I might put those YFZ 450 shocks that came on the piece of total shit 2006 400EX, the black one that we were working on. Although they were milled down to fit a Honda, but I got some spacers we could use for that. Anyway, let's keep going here. This is just after one round of awesome degreaser and you know, pre-rinse and soak it down with degreaser. I want to get all these A-arms and stuff cleaned up. You can see the grease is just caked up on all this stuff, but you can see where somebody spray painted, the paint's starting to blow off. I definitely have to bend that skid plate back down. That's what's messing up the chain. Well, this chain is looks like salvaged from the Titanic or something, but anyway. Let's see here. What else do we have going on? Yeah, I'm going to soak it down one more time, guys. I'm going to set the garage up so we could do a few things together. And, yeah, I'll let it dry while I'm cleaning the garage. Oh, we're missing a brake light, too. It's all right. I don't run brake lights, guys. I don't. You got to get away from somebody. That just means they could see you. Anyway, all right. Let me clean this thing one more time, guys, and we'll pick back up in the garage after it dries off. Stay tuned. Getting ready to pull this thing in the garage now. I'm going to say pro tip, because that's what everybody calls their tips. A pro tip. I don't really consider myself a professional, but, you know, I'm just a guy that likes to mess with quads. And starting to kind of like to film and edit, too, which is good, because shit's a pain in the ass. You ever go making videos and try to do something with it, guys, you'll realize how friggin' much work it is to make a quality video that you're satisfied with. But anyway, oh yeah, pro tip. If you're going to power wash your quad like the way I did and really get a lot of stuff really wet, I usually take a little battery operated leaf blower, or I mean you could use a plug-in one, whatever, or let it sit for a few days. But a lot of water sometimes will sit in the electrical connectors and stuff like that, and it'll pool up there. And if you're just going to let it air dry, or if you're going to go try and start your quad right after that, there's a good possibility that you could short circuit something or ground something out that shouldn't be, or you know, blow a fuse. So I usually take a leaf blower and blow out all the little nooks and crannies. I'm not really going to be starting this quad. Well, we will in this video, hopefully. Keep your guys' fingers crossed. You know, who knows why it was parked. I'm sure we'll find out, though. And, yeah, it's a Yamaha. Maybe that's why they probably bought a Honda. And, you know, finally figured out what a real quad was. And then parked this one. You know, not a fan of Yamaha, guys. I don't have a problem with them. I'm just a Honda guy. You know, that's all it is. So no disrespect to you Yamaha guys, but anyway, here's the quad. So it cleaned up a little bit, guys. I blew those Raptor stickers off because they were just all scratched and looked like crap anyway. You can see how decent the plastic looks, obviously, under where the sticker was. This plastic hasn't seen the light of day since the sticker got put onto the factory. I managed to not blow those off. They're still in decent shape. I'm not a fan of the flames. I'm not one of those, you know, guys. I don't like flames on shit. So maybe if we keep this, maybe that's, you know, a very strong maybe. If we keep this, I'll get like a sticker kit, or maybe like a red set of limited edition plastics, because I like black and red, mainly red. Yeah, she cleaned up good though. Tires are all cleaned up. That's that awesome degreaser scrubbed with a bristle brush. The netting cleaned up a little bit. Red netting with everything else black and blue on it. You know, I don't know. Black and blue is good for Yamaha though, because this thing is definitely bruised. Looks like it, you know, should have the shit kicked out of it possibly. But I mean, on the other hand, it could have very low hours on it, guys. But some of the spray paint started blowing off. I got the oil tank, was obviously silver at one point. The chrome on the Nerf bar connecting rod cleaned up. The aluminum looks a little stained, like somebody else cleaned it with something, you know, corrosive at one point or harmful to aluminum. Some of the paint still stayed on the wheel. Well, most of the paint still stayed on the wheels. All the brake setups and everything in there. The knuckles didn't clean up as much as I wanted to, but I didn't use aluminum brightener on this. Just, you know, I don't want to do too much stuff to it till we see if we have a runner here. But I gotta pull it in the garage, drain the old gas out of it, and we'll start digging into this thing, guys. Stay tuned. And I got a big shout out for a couple subscribers coming up in the next minute or two. So be sure to check that out, and show them a little love down in the comments too, guys. You'll understand why as soon as I do the shout out. Let's get it. All right, guys, it's reached that point of the video where we're gonna do our shout out. Let me know what you guys think about this. We might start doing this in each video. Like previous video comments, I will, whichever one I pick, just at random, we'll do a shout out to that subscriber at that time in the very next video after the comment on the video before it. You know what I mean. Anyway, guys, I'm a big supporter of our military. And we, in the last video, I actually asked the question of where you guys were from. Somebody had made a comment that they were watching from Iraq. So a big shout out to Chris, or SPC Taylor, him and his boys. The second name, I'm assuming it's pronounced Laban, so SPC Laban, and also SPC Brown. What's up, guys? Hope you guys are staying safe over there in Iraq. Thank you for doing what you do so that all of us over here can do what we do. If you guys didn't get to comment in the last video and you're watching this, let me know, especially my new subscribers. I like to know who's watching my videos, guys. Go ahead and put down there what you ride, where you're from, and first video you've seen with me, and what made you decide to subscribe. Anyway, all right, guys, I got a couple more things to straighten up, and then I'm going to pull the Raptor in here. I got it sitting right there. It's just looking at me like, yo, what the hell? Can we do this already or what? It's apparently not afraid of going to the doctor's office. It's a little crooked-eyed, you know. It's a little on the one side, you know. It's just missing a bolt, you know. Come on, guys, buy a damn bolt. Stop being so cheap. Anyway, here's the stuff I got to send to Curtis, guys. I have a set of OEM Raptor 660 carbs, another set of OEM Raptor 660 carbs. In here is, what the hell is this? This is a carburetor body, OEM carburetor for an 0405 TRX 450R. And in this box I have something that Curtis asked me for over at 223cycles.net. An extra 400EX carb. It's in pieces, but all of it's there, so I'm going to go ahead and send that to him. He can do what he wants with it. And I also have a complete 0405 TRX 450R carburetor that is going to go on the 465EX build, which is coming this week. I know you guys want to see it. I want to see the damn thing. I cannot wait to start building it, guys. So while you guys enjoy this video on this Raptor, which isn't over yet, so don't leave. Don't think this is the end of the video. You know what I mean? Don't think we're going to do the whole, throw me a thumbs up, subscribe, peace. We ain't doing that yet. It's not that time yet, guys. We're going to do this whole thing and get this running in this video. Hopefully it runs. I hope it does. And I'm also going to tell you what I got this quad for. This was in a trade deal, but I'll go over the details with you guys in a minute. So, let's get into this, finally. I got all the stuff laid out. I got the garage kind of straightened up. I hung this TV. I got to get a look. Look at this dickhead that's on the screen. This dude doesn't know his ass from a hole in the ground. You ever see this guy? I think his name's GarageMC. Yeah, anyway. Here's the stuff we got so far, guys. I'll let you know what else we're waiting on. So here's the stuff that I have in already, guys. We got the wide grip grab bar. This is like a $50 grab bar or $55 shipped on eBay, just gloss black. Set of Pro Taper sport bars I had laying around, Coltrick chain, Coltrick battery, Yamaha OEM fluids, Yamaha oil filter. These were in the air box of the quad, or like where the tools area goes. These are brake pads. We don't need them though, but you know, there they are. Reverse switch fix plate. I ordered this because I thought the one that was on the quad was still there and it was just broken, but it's not there. And the cable's just like cut by the down by the engine, so it's just dangling there. Actually, something cool. While we're talking about best subscribers in the world, one of you guys reached out to me and said you actually had one with the cable, and you're shipping it out to me tomorrow. Today's Monday, Martin Luther King Day. Speaking of, I've been looking at the mailbox all day, thinking the other parts I was getting were coming today. Yeah, Martin Luther King Day. No mail. No mail. I must have walked in the mailbox about 3 times. I was like, what the fuck? Where the hell's the damn mailman? It must be the lazy dude that works for him. Yeah. No mail. No mail. I'd probably go check it again, but it's probably empty still. So anyway, alright. For the 18 millionth time, let me pull this thing in the garage now and start actually doing something. Quad is now in the garage. I got the seat off because it's got those couple little tears in it, so it got soaked while it was, getting washed. So I got that sitting there on some towels. The new seat cover should be here for that today. You guys seen me do a seat cover before on the Yamaha Blaster. Same exact procedure I'm going to do to that, so I'm just going to do that off camera, guys. It's not really anything exciting, and it's a simple shape, so there really shouldn't be any like stretching and pulling and trying to get it to fit right. It's not like trying to wrap like my ATC 250R seat where it comes up in the front. It's like it's like a 75-degree angle, so no matter how you do it, it's like there's a certain procedure to wrap the trike seat, but this one is just, it's pretty straightforward. So like I said, I'm gonna do that off camera. I'm also going to do a procedure that you guys seen me do before, which is sanding the plastics, starting at a low grit number and then climbing up to about 1,000, 1,200, maybe 1,500, depending on what needs to be done. But you guys have seen me do that before, restore plastics. So I'm going to do that off camera as well. I will show you a little section, like a before and after on this quad. Black plastics are really hard to keep clean, guys. It's just how it is, you know. And I got the black plastics for the 465EX, but I'm going to show you guys what I do to protect the shininess, the gloss of plastics when you buy new plastics, or even if you restore them on the 465EX, not this one. But like I said, all right, first thing I'm going to opt for to put on, because this thing is just being a pain in the ass to move, is I'm going to put the grab bar on first. So let's take a look back here real quick and see what we got. So somebody removed the grab bar. The grab bar goes between these fender brackets here. Goes between those and the subframe. So I don't know if you can notice that these fenders, like when I do put the grab bar in there, these should perk up a little bit more too, because it'll space it out, the thickness of the grab bar, which isn't much, but it'll be a noticeable difference. While I'm doing all this work too, I'm going to take the K&N air filter that's in there out, and I'm going to get that cleaning and everything so it's nice and dry by the time we go to start this quad. Like I said, the seat cover should be here any minute, and I also bought some 6K headlight bulbs for it. So we're going to get into fixing the this headlight too. I started looking at it a little bit last night. It seems like the threads in there are just all types of messed up, so I got a little trick for that. We're not tapping it out or anything like that, but we'll see what we can't get done. I have a riv nut gun. Just basically a rivet with threads inside of it, so you have like new threads that you can actually bolt something to. I'm going to double check those threads again though before we go that far. Alright, so let's put the grab bar on so I can actually move this thing around without, you know, you don't realize how much your grab bar does for you until you do not have one. Pretty crucial. Took the 4 12mm bolts that were in the back of the quad. Well, there was 3 actually. This side was missing the front bolt. Took those off, so now this is ready. I should probably bend this bracket down back to where it's supposed to be. It's for the taillight. Not running a taillight on this quad. Matter of fact, guys, I got to get this done kind of quick because, like I said earlier in the video, every time I get one of these, they're instantly sold. A buddy of mine called me, said, "Yo, do you have a quad for sale for around a certain price?" Yeah, I do, actually. Like I said, guys, not a Yamaha fan. Yamaha 2-strokes, more than welcome here. 4-strokes, go out the door. You know what I'm saying? Not a fan of them, especially these things. They're called Raptors for a reason. Yeah, they got lots of torque, but it should. The damn piston in it's like the size of a small block Chevy piston. It should have torque. Anyway, grab bar. $50, $55 shipped, whatever the hell it was. Some of them are cheaper, but they're made out of steel. This one's aluminum, gloss powder coat, and here's the hardware that this comes with. You get the 4 bolts, these extra 2 for, I don't know. We're not using them though. I don't know what the hell they come with for. You know how much stuff I buy from eBay that comes with extra hardware that doesn't even go to the shit? It's a lot. Anyway, the air filter, I did that off camera, guys. I made a how-to on cleaning and recharging a K&N air filter. So if you didn't see that video, be sure to go check that out. Today is Saturday. I had work for the past couple days. I had a lot of stuff I had to do, so we're just now getting back to this. I'm trying to get this video out to you guys by tomorrow, so hopefully we don't run into any problems with this quad. At least I hope we don't. Yeah, let's bolt this grab bar on. Grab bar is on. It was a little bit of a pain to get the bolts started over here with how much clearance there is between that and the exhaust, but that's in there. Something I didn't notice before when I took the air filter out. We got a little melt spot from the exhaust right there. So that's got to be, at the very least, melted back together. And pretty sure that this isn't OEM right here. see my finger through there. Somebody's just got tape on it. So I'm gonna have to, I kind of want to pull this out anyway. This is extremely dirty. It's missing the plug that goes down in the drain area there. It's just a short little piece of hose, not a really big deal. So I have junk air boxes from 400EXs. I have piles of stuff that I don't know why I keep, but now I'm a little vindicated because I'm going to cut a chunk out of it and then cut this nice and square and plastic weld and melt together a piece there so it's not just tape. And then we'll put some heat shield that I also have on there to seal that up. Taking the air box out looks fairly simple. This boot's not even all the way on properly, so it's got to be done anyway. This is one thing that you don't want to cut corners on, guys. Make sure your air box is good and sealed. You know, give your air box the best chance it can to keeping dirt out. So it's just going to be these 2 hose clamps, and it looks like these 2, looks like 12mm bolts. So those got to come out, and I'm just going to do this off camera, guys. It's not like something that would be a normal thing somebody would do, but just like anything else, I'm just going to cut a piece, make it fit good, plastic staple, and then take the plastic welder and melt the seams together so it's good and sealed. The air box, I mean, even the lid, it doesn't, you know, somebody, I guess, lost the brackets to it and ran screws through it, which me and my buddy Tim were laughing at this. I mean, if you run a screw through the edge there, what are you even planning on catching with those screws? What were you going to catch? What were you going to catch besides doing nothing but putting another hole in it? Yes, the filter lid is vented anyway, but there's no sense in having holes that shouldn't be there. It's just pretty much for peace of mind. So let me get this all taken out. I'll show it to you guys when it's done though, but obviously I'm going to clean it real good while it's out, like I said. So let me start doing this now too. Don't go nowhere yet. Alright, so while that thing's soaking in some degreaser, the air box, just like I said, guys, just take those 2, loosen up those 2 clamps around the boots that go to the box, and then those 2 10mm bolts. I don't know why 10s always look like 12s to me for some reason. I got to get this chain off of here. I'm sure you guys all know how to take a damn chain off. There's no need to make a how-to on how to take a damn chain off, guys. Probably remember how to do this from when you were 5 years old with your BMX bike, but look at this chain, man. This thing is shot. This chain is done for. Done for. One thing to note, guys, when you're putting a new chain on, you want to set your axle carrier as far forward as you can. This way, if you just take this chain off and put the new one on where the axle carrier is at, you're deleting some of the adjustment you have for when the chain does stretch. It's going to stretch. It's how it is. It's the nature of the beast. So you want to, when you take this one off, put your carrier as far forward as you can. These Raptor 660s, I'm not a fan of the way that the carrier setups are, but basically, here's your adjustments up here. I don't know like every detail to these Raptor 660s to be sitting here and telling you how to do the carrier on this, guys, but it's pretty, you know, cut and dry. You have your lock nut on both of them. You want to crack those free, and then you can get your adjustment, and you'll see that there's lines here on the swing arm that tell you where you're at. So that being said, let me go over a couple things, and then if there's something that I forgot, I'll tell you in a minute. But let me, I want to take this master link off of this chain, which is right there, all nice and crusty. And let me get this thing off of here. I also have to bend that skid plate back down. As you guys can see, it is literally, you can't even roll the quad around because it wants to lock up and not let you go anywhere forward. Hopefully this sprocket isn't bent, but it kind of looks like it is. So that's really going to suck. Hopefully some of them Yamaha parts I have in the back will interchange with this. I do have a Banshee rear end, which is also a 6-bolt sprocket. So I guess if I really need to, hopefully the hub's not bent too, but we got to get this off and see where we're at with it. So well, let me do that now. While we're talking about chains, I'm not a fan of an O-ring chain, guys. I like just a basic chain with decent tensile strength. Chinese parts. So, Caltrick. The reason I order them is because their shipping is superb. I order stuff and it's here literally 2-3 days later without fail. It usually gets here before it even says it's going to come here. Also, the battery is a Caltrick, whatever the hell you want to call it. And I also purchased a steering stem bearing and bushing rebuild kit. That steering stem has the slightest amount of play at the top. So I don't think the bearing is bad down the bottom, but the rubber little seals, where are they in here? They're in this little bag in here. Yeah, they're in there. I think those are what's bad. They usually wear out, get dried out, and dirt gets in there and makes them all gritty and loose. But what I was saying about chains, guys, you'll see those chains online for sale that are like color matched, red, yellow, blue, whatever, even the black one. I always just order a standard, no coating on it, because when you order the powder coated chains, you're paying for the powder coat. So you're getting the shittiest chain you could possibly get with powder coat on it. So that's what you're paying for. But like I said, Caltrick, yeah, this stuff's Chinese too, guys. Probably says made in China somewhere on it. Yeah, made in China. So they're all from the same damn sweatshop. It really doesn't matter. But, you know, unless you're that guy in Preston, you know who I'm talking about. When I was looking at him in the video you made on the Meekum auction prices on some of these classic Hondas is like insane, dude. The one guy on there is just cleaning up. Every bike he builds has a colored chain, and for whatever reason, the foot peg bolts match the color too. Kind of not something I would want to stand out on something I'm building, but you know, hey, more power to him. The guy's obviously cleaning freaking house. Cleaning house on the sales that he's getting. One thing I took from Preston's video, if you guys don't know who Preston is, he has the channel This Old Trike. A lot of information. Guy's got an amazing collection. Look forward to meeting you one day, Preston. I have some stuff here you might want, by the way. You know, a couple things here. But what the hell was I just saying? Guys, whatever. I'm going to stop talking. Let's get the damn chain off. See you in the next scene. Got the old chain off. I got the new one on. I was just going to do this like off camera, guys, but this is a chain breaker. You don't have to, I mean, you can take a grinder and grind the head off of the pin when you know which link you want to remove to. These are like, I think they're like 17 bucks at Harbor Freight. Comes with 2 different pins that go in here. See if I can show you guys how this works. The chain and the pins that you're about to push out go into these little dimples on each one of these. And then when you want to crank it real down with this one here, it's a size 17, you want to crank that down so it squeezes the chain real tight. Don't give it no room for play or for it to, you know, go crooked or anything. And then when you have that as tight as you want, this one you spin. And see that pin starting to protrude out of there? That's what pushes the pin out of the links of the chain. So this is a 14 on this side, this is a 17. So you want to have a really good grip, good firm grip on this, and you want to start where that's in there a little bit. So once you have your chain where you want it, so we know we're going for this pin here. I don't know if my head was just in the way. We're going to remove this one here. So we'll go ahead and get this on there. Like I said, get this one seated real good. So this one's 17. I hope you guys are in the shot there. I'm not blocking it. So you want to get that cranked down real good to start with. That's what holds it nice and tight. And then we'll go ahead and take our 14. You could either hold it like I am. I'm a plumber, so I'm used to holding back when I'm doing something. So it's just like, I don't even think about it, but you can go ahead and get this started. And then just, it's going to take a minute, but you just keep cranking down, and it will push the pin out the other side of this tool. This tool is called a chain breaker. You can either shop for them online or go to your local Harbor Freight, or I don't know if Home Depot carries them. I recently found out that Home Depot has that LA's Totally Awesome degreaser that I like, and you can get it in a gallon there. At the dollar store, you can't. The $1.25 store, you can get the same bottle at Home Depot is like double the price, but you can't get a gallon-sized bottle at least the dollar store I go to. They don't have one in a gallon size, but I'm gonna skip through this, guys, so you have to keep watching me crank down. You'll know when you make it all the way through. All of a sudden it'll be, you can do it by hand. So now when you get to this point, here's the pin. Here's the pin we just pushed out. Trash. No need to keep that. Just go ahead and back this all the way back out. Otherwise it's going to be held on there. I don't know if you guys can see through there. See, the pin is through there. That's what pushed that pin out of the chain. So, and just like that, guys. Boom, the excess is off the quad. I don't know why, but I always keep shit like that for whatever friggin' reason. So now we're ready for our master link that comes with that chain. Right here, it comes in a little baggie. Body's about a gram, you know what I'm saying? No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, guys, when I put links, master link on a quad, I'll go from the right side of the quad into the chain. So like this. It will let me line it up here. Come on. Come on now. There we go. So I'll go in like that. This way you can see the master link. The next one that goes on is this full plate. That goes on there like that. Trust me, it does. There it is. Okay. So now the master link itself. The chain is rotating like this on the quad when you're going forward, obviously. So I'll put the link where the closed end is the leading edge. So it'll be on there like that. I don't like to put it this way. Just kind of like a little pet peeve of mine. You know, the quad's moving forward. Even the bolts that are, you know, horizontal to the ground or parallel to the ground, like they'll come in from the front of the quad and get bolted from the back. This way, if any of them ever lost a nut, it would have a hard time going forward to fall out of the quad. Kind of like the same principle here. So the leading edge will be the closed side. So you put this on halfway like that, and then I usually just grab a flathead, man. You know, sometimes they fling off and hit you in the friggin' eye and all that shit, but usually just takes maybe a couple tries sometimes. Or it goes right on, like that. Anyway, so there's the chain, guys. It was an absolute beast to bend that piece of skid plate back down, but I think, yeah, we're good now. That sprocket has a slight tweak in it, but nothing to worry about. This hub is a little loose on this wheel. Yeah, this hub's a little loose. So I gotta crank that down too, but you know, it's whatever. You guys, if you're watching videos like this, you probably already know how to do shit like that. All right, so next thing, I'm gonna start fixing the airbox. Wasn't really gonna put this on camera, guys, but you see the hole we're dealing with here. So I took a cracked up 400EX airbox that I had and cut a chunk out of it. Yeah, there's really no way to explain this. This is just, I mean, I'm just gonna have to just show you, but basically this little triangle down here fits in there. I got it notched out and I shaved down that little ridge there, so this will sit in there nice and right where it needs to go. It like clicks into place. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try and put this together with the hot stapler first. So this tool you guys see me use on the plastics on the 250EX. So let me make sure I'm where I want to be here, and then this is gonna be a little tricky. It's gonna be tricky to keep it in the shot too. So just need to get a few in here so it'll like lock it in place. And then I'm gonna take my little plastic welder that I have and actually like melt the edges together on the inside and on the outside. And then obviously, you know, grind off the nubs from these. If you're using one of these guys, make sure your fingers, you know, military style, just keep it in a ready position, you know. There's no accidental shootings here. So, at least that I know of. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep locking this in place. I was gonna cut it out and like kind of get it in there flush, but I could lie and give you some crazy reason, but I honestly just don't give a shit. So that's pretty much why I'm not. I just want to seal up the airbox. That's all I want to do, okay? I think it's better than just leaving it the way it was. You know, I got this little problem with like perfectionism sometimes, and it really gets in the way of me doing things because I'd almost rather not do it if it's not going to be perfect, but I'm not going to buy an airbox for this thing. It ain't worth it to me. Like I said, I just want to seal it up. That's all. That's all I want to do, okay? That's all I want to do, guys. That's it. So I get this melted in, and then I give it a little tweak, you know. Keep that nice and held together a little bit. And then, like I said, let me get out my other tool here, and we'll start melting this together a little bit, guys, and we'll see what the end product looks like. Might even be better than how Yamaha did it. Shit boxes. So this is a wood burner. I had to plug it in to let it get nice and hot. But you could pretty much see what pick up what I'm putting down here. Like you see where the hot staple went. Like you can get real fancy with this shit. Make it look like the shit wasn't even there. You know? See what I'm saying? But you know, we're not giving a shit on this quad, guys. This is a get it in and get it out type of thing. So yeah, this is gonna be a pain in the ass to keep this in the shot so you guys can see what I'm doing. So I'm just gonna show you a little bit, and then I'm gonna finish it up, and I'll show you what's left at the end. So all right, you gotta just go for it. You gotta get yourself a little bead rolling here, you know, a little bead, and push that into it. And sometimes if you really want, guys, you can like heat up the other piece and like swirl it together and keep it moving, but you can get yourself in trouble with one of these pretty quickly. And make sure you got some ventilation, because smoke from plastic melting is probably not the best thing for your lungs. Probably not the best thing. So you guys see where this is going. Sometimes when I cut stuff like this up, guys, if I'm gonna do something like this, I'll save a couple extra little chunks in case I want to, like, you know, add some filling rod, you know. So we'll do it vice grip garage style. You know, we got the welder on here. Bzzz, bzzz. Look at them dimes we're stacking, guys. You guys gotta let me know in the comments, man. Would you have even bothered doing this? I mean, don't, just because it's a Raptor, don't say, you know, fuck no. I wouldn't even bother, wouldn't even wasted my damn time on a Yamaha Raptor. But I'm saying, just in general, would you guys have taken the time to seal this up? I know when I go look at a quad to buy, one of the very first things I look at when I'm buying a quad, a used quad anyway, is inside the airbox. Is the filter filthy dirty? Did the person that owned the quad that's trying to sell it just beat the ever-loving shit out of it and then try to pawn it off on somebody else after, you know, it breaks, because they neglected the simplest of simple maintenance items, like keeping your filter clean and keeping the airbox clean and keeping it oiled and sealed from the elements, like we're doing right now. You guys would be surprised. Some of the quads I go look at, man. You're just like, wow. Like, how did you just not give a shit this much to leave this thing looking like a total hunk of shit like it looks like? Oil's black, tires are bald, alignment's out of whack. It gets insane, man. It really does. Some of the stuff I look at, like, you know, I mean, I don't mind because I'm going to upgrade all the stuff anyway, so it doesn't really make sense to spend money on a pristine example of something. But let me know in the comments, man. You guys got any crazy stories you're going to buy quads? All right, let me do the rest of this, and I'll show you guys the, you know, obviously when it's finished. And I'm also going to put some heat shield on here too, so I'll show you this before I put the heat shield on so you can see how it looks after it's done. So here is the repair. I got it melted together on the inside and the outside. Yeah, it's not the prettiest thing, guys, but you can see I got a light right above here, so let's see if I can show you guys. Can't see any light. Here, let me turn it towards it so you guys aren't like, oh, the light wasn't facing it. Can't see any light through it anymore. Even that little corner where it was melted up there, no light coming through anymore. So now I'm going to wrap this by where the exhaust goes, which is this area here that got all melted. I'm going to cut these little nibs off from the plastic stapler, and I'm going to put some heat shield on here. I think I have some, yeah, I have a piece of this left over. This is just like foiled two-way heat shield. Just a little something to keep it safe. You're gonna have to, you know, I gotta snip it and make it fit and, you know, look halfway decent on there, even though you're not gonna see it anyway. So all right, let me cut these off, and then we can finally move on to the next thing. Airbox is back in, guys. I have the air filter. I did a how-to on that, how to clean and recharge that. Go check that video out if you guys have K&N that you want to recharge. I looked up the price that I paid for the recharge kit too. It was 20 bucks, and so far that's the third K&N filter I did with it, and I'm not even halfway through the oil, maybe a third of the way. Airbox is back in. You can see it's no longer got a window in it, and I rewrapped it with some heat shield that I had. That'll lay out a little better when it gets a little heat on it, but at least there's not a hole in the airbox anymore, and it kind of looks like it's the way it should have came from Raptor Paradise, wherever these things are born at. All right, next thing. I'm gonna put the air filter in, and then the battery. So the battery that was in this quad, I couldn't get it to even go above 5%. So battery was shot. So this is an actual Raptor battery. This is the battery that I went with. It's slightly bigger, has more cold cranking amps, like a third more. I think this is like 180 cold cranking amps. This one has 270, or maybe 210 and 270. Well, this one has 270. This one doesn't really say shit on it. Pro Start, not a Pro anymore. So Coltrick battery. This is for a Grizzly 660. So same engine that comes in this comes in the Grizzly 660, but this has a little bit more cold cranking amp. It's a little bit bigger. So the battery compartment on here, there's a foam block in here. I had already hit that with a plastic spatula, or a little plastic tool to take that freaking thing off. I don't know why I can never think of the damn name of the tool. So with this off, the battery should fit in there now, because it wouldn't a minute ago. So me drop the quad back down now that we don't need to get to anything under here. The old oil is still in this quad. After we get this battery in, guys, the gas that was in it, well, we should be able to start it after I put the battery and the air filter back in. I came home from work the other day, and this whole garage stunk. Like, I could smell it in my bedroom. That's how nasty the gas was. It was in this thing. The fuel, the petcock was off, so hopefully it didn't get into the carbs. I really don't feel like pulling the carbs off of this thing. Hopefully we get lucky, but if it will start once we put the battery in it, I'm going to get it up to operating temperature. This way we can dump all that old oil out, and then call this video good. Actually, we're going to call it good after we see if this thing runs. The oil change, there's 9 million videos on how to change the oil on a Raptor 660. You guys know the process. You take the damn drain bolt out, you let it drain into a pan. You take the friggin' fill dipstick out of the oil tank, and you fill it up to the amount that you're supposed to put in it after you put your new oil filter on. So I'm not going to do that on camera, but like you guys know, one thing I didn't buy Chinese, I bought actual Yamaha fluids and OEM Yamaha oil filter. So start praying with me, guys. I hope this thing runs. I'm not going to sink any more money into this thing. If this thing has any other problems that are not easily fixed, it's going to get stripped down and parted out. It's probably worth more in pieces, but that's a lot of work. That's dealing with a lot of people. It takes a lot of time to do a bunch of listings on eBay and then shipping and all that extra stuff you got to go through. Yeah, it's kind of worth it with the difference, but you end up sitting on parts for a long time. I'd rather somebody else get this thing and be able to ride it, and I'll make a couple dollars off of it. I will tell you what I got this quad for at the end of the video, so don't go nowhere yet if you're curious to know. All right, guys, new battery's in. This battery here, I used this other foam stuff I have just to keep it from like wobbling and shaking around. You can get stuff like this at Walmart, guys. They come in like 12 by 8 sheets. This stuff here, foam sheet. It's in the fabric area in Walmart. They're like 97 cents a sheet. I use that stuff all the time. I just put some gas in it, so we'll get this out of here. All right, so everybody needs to keep their fingers crossed, guys. The seat still has to go. Well, we don't need the seat to try and start it, but all right. This is the part that really, really nerve-wracking. It's like, did we win? Did we not win? Not winning, putting this back on. Okay, whatever. Key is right here. All right, guys. So, let me make sure the gas is on. All right, gas is on now. Give that a second to flow in there. Trying to think, what else? We're in neutral. Choke. It's cold. All right. All right. Woo. Sounds like the idle needs to be adjusted. This thing, let me shut it off. This thing, damn, guys. We got lucky on that one, man. I had high hopes that this thing was going to run, guys. The guy that, not that you can ever really believe when anybody says when you get a quad, but he owned it for a while. He said it's somewhere three to 5 years. It sat in a garage. It never got started. It just sat there. They put tires on it, and then I guess those Chinese carbs, which if it runs okay, I'm just going to send it down the road that way, man. There it is. Will it run? Yeah, it'll run. I believe that's my boy MRC's MRC builds line. Maybe he'll make a cameo in this video. Who knows? Anyway, last thing other than the oil change, obviously, the seat. Yes, I put the gripper seat cover on here. You guys have a video recovering a seat before, so feel free to go ahead and check that video out, guys, if you're wanting to do that. I hate doing seat covers. It's like I can't stand it. But this one came out pretty good, man. Like I said, that's a simple angle, so it wasn't too bad. You start at the front, start at the back, put some staples in there with the knowing that you're probably more than likely going to pull them back out after you get situated, and then just work your way back. And then so TAC Graphics emblem, pretty dead center. I was going to throw bars and ODI lock-on grips and all that stuff on this thing, guys, but it doesn't need grips. The bars aren't bent, and there it is. All right, guys, so thank you very much for watching this video. I know what you guys want. I know what you want. You guys want to see the 465. It's not even next in the garage. It's already in the garage, all right? So I'm excited as hell to finally get that thing going. I do not have my Lone Star swing arm back yet, so I have an OEM one. I'm just going to do it black, and we're going to use it for now till the other one comes in. I'll have to buy the pivot bearings all over again, but that's okay because I'm going to need that black OEM swing arm for another build. So it's not like it's going to waste. I'd have to buy bearings for it anyway. So once again, guys, huge shout out to our boys over there holding it down in Iraq. SPC Taylor, SPC Lobbin, and SPC Brown. Gentlemen, I salute you. SPC Taylor, throw some comments down there under your name. Say who you are. And everybody else that's watching this, guys, go to his comment. I think his screen name on YouTube is Chris. So go down there and, you know, whatever you want to say in the comments, guys. Feel free to have a conversation in the comment section, guys. You don't have to just speak to me, but I will jump in every single conversation. If you don't know, like I've said a million times, I read and answer every single one of my comments, guys. So yeah, I'm going to maybe take this thing for a little rip. Don't worry, we'll take it for a ride before I sell it. And yeah. Oh wait, you want to know what I got this for, huh? You really want to know? Okay. I got it through a bunch of trades. I kept trading up, guys. So if you notice, there used to be a green Honda Civic that was out here. I was gonna do a build on the Civic, guys, but I'm not into it anymore. The 17-year-old in me isn't there anymore. I'm now 38. So I really don't want to drive a loud ass Honda Civic around town. It's not my thing. I'm not trying to attract 19 to 25-year-old immature girls. You know, maybe, but that's not my style anymore, guys. I'm going to be building a muscle car, so I got my eyes on something. Might be picking up soon, but I'll give you a little clue. Split bumper. Who knows what that is? Anyway, all right, guys. Yeah, so the Civic, I traded a 400EX that I got. I guess I bought like 6 of them at a time, so I got it for like $800 each. So I traded a 400EX that I got for $800 for that Honda Civic, 94 5-speed, no power, no frills, no nothing. Traded the 400EX for the Civic. Then I had the Civic up for sale for like a month. I kept getting a bunch of lowball bullshit offers. And then I had this guy on the back burner because I had another trade for a different quad I was trying to do, but that guy kind of backed out. So this guy came through, traded him the Civic for this. I will tell you what I sell this for after I sell it. A midweek video next week, we'll go take this thing for a rip. And then next weekend's video, which the big videos come out on the weekends, be the 465 build. So anyway, thank you guys for watching the video. I'll see you in the next one. Don't forget to throw me a thumbs up, and if you haven't yet, please do subscribe. I'll see you later. Peace!